Welcome to Drill Down Earnings with the latest quarterly report for KLA, the artist formerly known as KLA Q4. No more, but we still care. This is the business story behind one stock on the move. This stock is moving. I'm Cory Johnson, Futurum Group Chief Market Strategist. And KLA Earnings, important company that tests the quality of semiconductor wafers before they become semiconductors. And of course, in this era, when we're expecting so much growth in semis from AI and more, wafer management and control, quality control is so very important. So earnings out, Q4 earnings for this company, the quarter that ended in June. Wall Street likes a beat or a miss, and this is a beat. But we want to dig into the business here, not just the beat or the miss. That's for Wall Street nerds. We're smarter than that. So let's look at the numbers, the actual numbers. For the quarter, revenues of $2.57 billion, which is the high end of what they had guided towards, as was earnings per share of $6.60. But they say the market is strengthening. Their customers at the leading edge are spending more. And I want to dig into that a little bit. So the biggest story here really is a revenue rebound, 9% revenue growth after revenues got better last quarter, but had been falling and falling and falling. And you look a little bit deeper beyond the headline numbers. Let's think about what they sell. So they sell a bunch of stuff. They sell a printed control board and display inspection. They've got a specialty semiconductor business. Those things are like 5% each of their overall revenues. 90% of revenues is semiconductor process control, call it semiconductor test. And they have sold this stuff consistently with profitable operating margins, even in the downturn. But their biggest business, that semiconductor process control, took a hard turn 2 quarters ago. And now we really can see that while 2 quarters ago that business was shrinking at a 17% clip on a year-over-year basis, now up 10% on a year-over-year basis. That's fantastic for this business because it really does show a turn. It is a turn that Wall Street bet on. So I want to show you the stock chart here. In after hours trading, the stock was up 4%, yeah, whatever. But in the last year, this stock is up 64%. Going into this print. What this really shows you is that Wall Street bet that the turnaround was real. KLA is showing us today that it was in fact real. Their biggest business bouncing back hard. And they talked in the conference call suggesting that this is just the beginning. Well, dumber, simpler chips like DRAM, yeah, those numbers, those businesses need a wafer process control equipment. But the more advanced semiconductors have so many more chances to screw up. And more screw-up possibilities, means more possibilities for KLA. That's exactly what CEO Rick Wallace talked about on the conference call.
And you still have the scaling dynamics while litho layers are constant. Those are still pretty challenging layers in terms of from a defect control point of view. So we're pretty bullish about the opportunities. I think it's feeding into a lot of what we've said here over in the last few questions in terms of our confidence moving into next year.
So yeah, I think the advanced logic, what we're hearing from them, those advanced semiconductors, that kind of work is only going to bring more revenues and more opportunities for KLA. Not just more opportunities, but more intensive investigations of those wafers. And that's going to be a lot more revenue as the market swings in their direction, which it's clearly doing. But what's the one number, the one takeaway you want to have from this quarter? I'm going to have the drill down earnings bite right after this.
The Drill Down is brought to you by Futurum Group, where analysts, researchers, advisors, content creators, and marketing experts help business leaders anticipate and understand shifts in their industries and build strategies to leverage disruptive innovation. With deep analysis, Futurum Group's extensive industry experience delivers reliable research and data, thought leadership, and actionable advice to help you with your strategy and go-to-market efforts. Futurum Group.
So second quarter results from KLA, an important quarter for this business. The big numbers, yeah, $2.57 billion in revenues and a rebound as well in their biggest business, which was so important because it's now 2 quarters of growth. And I think that's the big number to take away here, the drill on earnings bite, the one number that tells us a whole lot. KLA saw a 9% increase on revenues. That's after last quarter showed a little bit of a bounce back, but a real hard turn off the bottom of the semiconductor equipment manufacturing business slowdown that we had seen for many years post-COVID. Now that business is bouncing back. Good news for KLA and probably lots of others. All right, thanks for listening to Drill Down Earnings. I'm Cory Johnson. And of course, you can see more earnings reports from Drill Down YouTube page on the 6.5 Media channel on YouTube, as well as Drill Down Pod and TikTok and Instagram, and of course on X at Cory TV. Leave us some comments. Tell us what you think. We want to hear from you. Drill Down Earnings, part of 6.5 Media.